Hi, Dave Jones here. We're going to look at a song by The Who called Substitute. Very famous song. It's got a great little chord riff and relatively simple chords for the average beginner to novice player. There's a D, G, A and E minor. They're the only chords in it. There is a little kind of, you can do the riff as chords, so I'll do that first and then I'll show you the whole song, and then I'll show you at the end, if you want, I'll show you a little bit of a more sort of lead guitar type idea of playing the riff. It's not actually lead, it's still chords, but like small room versions of chords. Okay, so the riff is a repeating sequence: half a bar of D, half a bar of A, half a bar of G, half a bar of D, and you repeat those two bars. It might be helpful if you print the chord sequence off of the website to follow this, but here's the riff. It goes. And then we stay on the D chord for 2 bars. Down, down, up, up, down, we'll fit with that. And then we go into the verse section. I'll go through these sections slowly in a minute. So I'll just play you the verse section and then we'll move on. Right, so the verse section is a repeating sequence, 4-bar sequence, D, G, D, D, and you just play the same thing again. It's the bit that starts with the words you think we look pretty good together, and all the other verses that come along. Down, down, up, down, or down, down, up, down, up would fit fine. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. D, G, D, D, and again. D, G, and that's your verse section, and then we've got a chorus section that stays on E minor. It's the bit that substitute for another guy, etc, etc, etc. Can't remember the words, sorry. It stays on E minor for 8 bars, so it's good to put, if you're relative novice and it's difficult to play 8 bars without remembering how many you've done, an extra heavy strum on the beginning of each bar might help. If not, if you've been playing a while, you'll have no problem with it. So the substitute for another guy bit is E minor for 8 bars. So here we go. Same strumming pattern: down, down, up, up, down. Will be fine. So it's 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars, 6 bars, 7 bars, 8 bars. Now 2 bars of A, and then. So that's your whole song in the repeating sections, and I'll just go through a couple of pointers there. Okay, so just to get that riff right, these sort of things, especially if you're a relative beginner to the guitar, they're quite nice playing chord riffs, because if you can tap the rhythm, ba 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 ba, and then try just playing that rhythm on those chords. So on the D, and then A, 1 down, G. So it's 2 down on the D, 2 down on the A, 2 down on the G, 2 down on the D. So it's down, 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 down. That'll make it sound like the riff. So it helps your strumming, because you're trying to create a rhythm that you're hearing in your head on the guitar, which ultimately is what happens as you get better and improve your strumming. You don't have to strum it exactly like that. You can put some upstrokes in. Whatever way you hear it in your head, really, but the basic rhythm would have been that the first one I showed you would work. What I want to do now is just show you, if you were, I mean, you can do this on acoustic guitar or electric guitar, it really doesn't matter, but I just want to show you a different idea on the chord riff. Okay, so this is a different sort of take on the riff that goes through parts of the chorus and keeps coming back in the song, the one that we just did. It's more of a kind of sort of leady type guitar, but I'll show you. I'll do a close up in a minute. It's using partial chords, they're called. Probably better on the electric guitar, that sort of thing, really. But what I'll do is I'll just show you a quick close up of what's going on there. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm barring this finger across 2 strings at the 5th fret, and then I'm putting my third at the 5th fret there, and I'm putting my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G string and my little finger on the 7th fret of the B string. And what I'm basically doing is playing a D chord, like just the bottom 3 strings of what would be that bar shape if you're into bar chords. And I'm playing that. And then when I go to the A chord, what I'm doing now is taking these 2 fingers off, leaving that barred finger on, and putting my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. That's my A chord, or a partial A chord. And then to get the G chord, I'm sliding my fingers back to the 3rd fret. There's your G chord, same shape. And then when I get the D chord, you can either go to a regular D, or you could leave that bar across 3 fingers and play, put your 2nd finger on the B string at the 3rd fret like you normally would with the D. So we've got so what they are, they're just regular chords. Like that was the D chord there, but I'm just playing the bottom part of it, like I said. When I go to the A, I'm playing the bottom part of a regular barred A. And when I go to the G, I'm playing the bottom part of a regular barred G. And then I'm going to a regular D chord that you already know anyway. You just get that in shot, just a normal D chord. Okay, yeah, so it's just exactly the same chords. It's exactly the same as... just a slightly thinner sound, and if you're playing that on an electric guitar, you can mix the two up actually, but if you're playing it on an electric guitar, it'd probably sound a little bit better to do the small chords. If you're playing on acoustic, it might sound a little bit better to do the heavier chords, like the 4 chords, if you're doing it as a sort of an acoustic song. So I hope you found that useful. Those part chords are certainly worth looking into. I'll put some lessons up on them because they're really useful for lead guitar and funk guitar and that sort of stuff. So I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you again sometime.